I don't know why. Can you reconnect? Can you reconnect? Yeah. Thank you. Now, what happened to this? Hello. Let me reconnect to. I'm also leaving this and then I will reconnect if any. Okay. No.
Oh,
Yeah. Now it is
okay.
audible. Yeah.
Okay, I changed. All right. I changed the settings of microphone, like whatever options,
Okay.
other options.
Yes.
Right.
I think so.
Yes. So yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
happened basically.
Yeah. Sometimes whenever you have like more important meetings,
Yep.
it happens. Like for example, I have daily stand up, everything works fine, and especially like we have some collaborated meeting with other teams and goes like that. And not only me, like other also complain about the same thing. But yeah,
Okay.
good, it's working now, not so much time wasted.
Yeah, sometimes it's a network basically, yeah, right? Or we are not getting proper network, right? There's this
Yes, yes,
so that's
right.
why. Okay. So I think you are aware of this project and the position, right? No need to explain about this.
Yeah, not about the project, but yeah, I have been like brief knowledge about this position, basically like
Mm-hmm.
senior data developer position, and yeah, but not sure about the project yet because I don't think the job description was exactly what is the project, but probably like if you have some time to brief about it.
Okay. So your basically background is Oracle, not Postgres, MySQL, or what is the primary skill?
No,
Oracle, right?
yeah, its primary skill is Oracle database
So
developer.
basically you are looking to development part, right?
Yeah. So yeah, throughout my career, I have been like mostly involved in development, but at the same time, we also have the support activities. For example, right now also in the current project, we have support activities as well because most of the time, we are responsible for any code change or anything like that because we own the code. So yeah, it includes support activity as well. But yeah, always eager to learn new thing and it comes with the development project mostly. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what is your current project that is delivered in last couple of months, or we can say that yeah, last month? Yeah.
Sure. So basically, my project in the Swedbank, we are responsible for security investment services, and which basically means like the investment portfolio, maybe equity and funds and any kind of investment, or we can like relate it to the share market, for example. So yeah, our team is is named as security investment team, and we are like permanently the team is handling this portfolio as well as any investment in this portfolio is like managed by our team. So uh, so it's not the project which comes and go. Like it's a permanent project. So we are responsible for each and everything which is related to this. And if we talk about like something particular in detail, so basically, for example, like the latest, the big development was it was for all three countries which we supported, the Baltic countries, Lithuania, Latvia, and the country Estonia, where I am. So it is something called micro investment, which was very interesting feature and very well recognized feature, and it went very successfully. And basically, not only our team, but other teams were also involved. So it was a kind of big project. So basically, what is micro investment? For example, you have one credit card or debit card, okay, and you go to some shop or you do the online shopping or any kind of shopping you do using this card, any of the card. So basically, what they are doing, they are rounding off this the expenses or the actual what you paid there. And it means like, for example, you paid 22 point some euros, okay. So let's say 22.5 euros you paid, and basically what they give you an option to choose this feature, and if you choose this feature, every time this round of amount, in our case it's like the round of amount is 0.5 euro or 50 cents. They will invest it into your portfolio, security portfolio,
Okay.
which you have already chosen beforehand. Okay, so basically the flow is like that. You choose this option in your portfolio that you want to opt for this round of feature or micro investment feature. Okay, every time you go to the shop or you do the online payment, the amount what you pay is like round off to the next value or the next integer value, for example, in technical terms. And what are the difference? They invest on your behalf immediately to your chosen security or chosen portfolio fund, particular fund. Okay, so let's say you paid 49.7 euros and the roundup amount is 30 cents. So at the same time, it will go to your investment which you have already chosen. So basically, it's called micro investment because the amount is always in between 99 cents and 1 cent. And it's like in the small amount, so they call it micro investment. But surprisingly, because we are regularly monitoring these figures, how many people have opted, and in the last 3 months or 4 months, it has already crossed 1 million subscribers across all three countries. So quite of we heard that the bank is very happy with this particular project. So I thought of mentioning this project here as you asked for.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. So have you done designing of databases from the scratch, or you have?
I would say that the database design for from the scratch. But let's say we are having a new application, for example, or new feature. I would probably say the new feature because application you always call it like security investment application. So yeah, let's say this same example, which micro investment. Okay, so since I was involved in this as a database developer, so basically it started with everything like creating a tables from scratch. So where all the data or where the data will be stored. So yeah, kind of we can say I started from the scratch, but somehow it was all related to the existing functionality. So again, like the dependency and everything relation was supposed to be maintained. So yeah.
So let's say scenario, we have a table, and table we have a column name first name, right? And the data type is
Mm-hmm.
char. Char is 12, right? Length is 12. But we have find that we
Mm-hmm.
are not using full length, right? We are not filling the full length. We are just passing the first name till 5 or 6 character, right? So we need to optimize this or change that column name, column length basically to 8.
Mm-hmm.
It is 12, but we need to keep it as 8. So what will your
Okay.
command for that? Yeah.
Okay, if you're already this length is 12 and you're sure like it will never exceed 8. Okay, so probably you can use this command called alter table name,
Mm-hmm.
and modify column. Okay, and you can give the new length. For example, modify this first column name is first name, modify first name, and you change it to where care to 8, or care in your case it was 12. Sorry, if it was just care, then you can mention it care 8. But I'm trying to recognize like if I
Mm-hmm.
face some issue with such a command for at least for number integer where it gives you, I'm really not sure, but I remember that for number, if you are changing the precision to a lower value,
Mm-hmm.
it gave some kind of like error, even though the none of the like field length or row particular value length was not exceeding what you are trying to modify.
Mm-hmm.
But it was case with the number, I think, but with where get to, I'm not sure. But let's say it gives you error sometime, like for example, not with Oracle, but maybe with some other database, and it gives you error. So then best option would be to like create a new column
Mm-hmm.
as a temporary column. Okay, and this new column which would be empty at the first, and you give it some a temporary name again, and with this new column we'll have the size as care 8, for example, because you are going to modify it to 8 character.
Okay.
And then you just copy the old data to this new column. It's a simple command: update table name, I mean like update table name, set new column equal to this old column. Okay, so now you have all the corresponding value from this old column to new column, and then you can drop this existing column, and then you rename the column to the previous column. But again, like it may give you some other problems. For example, like the foreign key constant references, and it again depends on the situation. So yeah, it can be like these two approaches. So maybe I missed something, but yeah, that would be my approach. And
Mm-hmm. So have you done normalization any in current project or previous project normalization? If you find that denormalized tables and all, so you plan for
Mhm.
normalization. So have you done these any activities?
Yeah, normally if we are creating some tables from the scratch, we already take care of normalization thing. And
Mm-hmm.
but in some cases, let's say I don't remember, like we never found it, or yeah. But my approach would be like yeah, it can be normalized. For example, like or yeah, maybe like I don't remember exactly, but in some project where this like the schema of the tables were created by like through some front end tool or something like that, they do it right. So and there may be some scenario like they are redundant the redundant. There is a data redundancy because of like the same column they are putting in different tables, and it was not needed, which is normal with data warehouse tables, but not with relational database, I would say. So yeah, so the best idea would be like to, for example, let's have a scenario. So like
Mm-hmm.
you have one table called, for example, department. Okay, and you have department ID, department name, and location, for example. Okay, so that is
Mm-hmm.
classic OLTP design to have it in one table, and have a like this primary key which are uniquely identified each and every department. Okay, and but sometimes like you may find from the legacy code or something like that they are not using this primary column, and they are just like the table just have like this department name and location, for example, and they are using the same information in wherever in other tables they are having this, they want this information. So department name is there, department location is there. The best idea would we like to have this OLTP approach where you can create a separate table department ID and with primary key, let's say department ID, department name, and department location, and you just need to refer this department ID in each of the table wherever you want to refer this department information. No need to pass this whole information of name and location, because it becomes more difficult if it's very much keen to change this. For example, location name or office address is there, and it may change over the time. You don't want to go and check like in each and every table where this all information is stored. Just update in this main table, which is department table, and because you are just referring ID from this column, there's nothing to be changed in any of the table where you are referring this information. So it's kind of normalization. I think I have encountered it, but not so sure like in which project it follows like that.
Okay.
But as I said, while creating something from scratch, we mostly take care of this thing. Hope I answered the question.
Yeah. So do you have an idea of ER modeling basically?
As not as I would say modeling, because it may be like creating a schema, for example, a new schema, and like if it's a new feature or something like that, and you are creating going to create so many tables and everything. So you basically create this entity relationship, for example. But I'm not sure if we can call it modeling, because modeling in some other databases have very specific term and things like that. But when it comes to schema design, we normally deal with this entity relationship, because in Oracle it's quite common to have it. And sometimes, if we have architect over in team, in some cases we need to get it approved from there as well.
Yeah,
so
right.
So kind of thing.
So what are different type of indexes in Oracle?
So Oracle indexes mainly can be categorized into two types, okay, and which is bitmap index and PT index, okay. Mostly or quite often we use this PT index, because bitmap index is I have used them in some data warehouse project where we actually need it. But as I said, normally we use BT index because mostly the table columns which you index on has a wide variety of values, okay, and every time, and we basically use this thumb rule of creating index if your query is using let's say less than 5% of data, not exact 5%, but a thumb rule, as I said, then we go with creating the indexes. Also, of course, there are so many other factors. But and because it also comes with other overheads like maintaining tables and separating tables if it is too much use update commands and or data modification used. But coming to the main question, so the main idea is to use the PT index when you have a wide variety of range, or sometimes we call it cardinality, how big range can be for particular column value on which you are creating index. So in that case, we use this normal index or PT index. But bitmap index are useful when you don't have the column cardinality is very small. For example, you are using flag somewhere 1, 0, or only few values y, n, and in that case you normally use bitmap index. But bitmap index are good option when you have multiple bitmap index can be used in your query execution or plan. So I have read somewhere, so, and I have seen, I think. So that's why they are very good at data warehousing concept or in the data warehouse part. So but again, these are two major categories. Sometimes you have another category called function-based index, but that is on the underlying indexes, either one of these where you can create this function-based index. So,
Okay. What are different type of keys in Oracle? Have you looked into that? Different type of keys,
Yes. So I will start with primary key, okay, which give you the uniqueness on your column.
Mm-hmm.
So when that being said, any of the row cannot repeat this value. So each and every row in that primary key column must have unique value across the table. Okay, it may be a
Mm-hmm.
composite primary key, but again the rules remain same like the combination of this composite key or the combination of column should give you a unique value across all the table. And there comes another key like unique key, okay, which is like almost sounds similar to primary key. The only thing is like that the primary key column cannot have null values at all, okay, but the unique key column allow you to have null values across the table. So that is unique key. And then comes the foreign key where you relate the one table to another table or like one to many tables it can be. Yeah, basically like, but you are they have this integrity rule that the for the child parent relationship this value should also contain in the master value. So it's kind of dependency. And yeah, basically there are three major keys.
Okay. And have you worked on migration activities from on-premise to cloud, or Oracle to different
And
RDBMS like Oracle to Postgres or SQL, MySQL?
no, unfortunately not. My only experience has been like in two migration project, and one was it was basically we were doing migration uh, within Oracle database, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like kind of a migration from non-partition table to partition table, and I
Okay.
think it was like yeah, US client called Equifax, and where there they have like a major security breach, okay,
Mm-hmm.
where the data was stolen from the disk,
Okay.
and like something like that. So
Okay.
yeah, and
Okay.
they were very it came as like a firing thing because it came into media and everything. So basically, this project was like to move this uh, unsecured tables to the secured tables, unsecured database to secured database, and that was like one migration project I have worked on where we also within the same project we also migrated from the non-partition table to partition table. So it became like a big major project. Both the things included encryption and this non-partition to partition table migration,
Okay.
but it was like within them. And the second major thing I always like I'm proud of always it was like doing this database migration from Oracle 11G to 12C.
Mm-hmm.
It was like major project at that time, and especially for me because I had like a very less experience, total less experience or IT industry experience, and no idea about DBA thing, like even a slight idea. But I started with this like the architecture within our account, and it went like this. I did one migration for one team with him, and after that I did like multiple migration for different teams where I did it single-handedly. But as you a question was like, was I involved in this migration from one database to another? Unfortunately, I have not got any
Okay.
experience. But
No worries.
from the job description, I understood like you have quite good migration activity planned or already there, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
that's yep, yep, yep,
it
yep.
was a major mm, caught my attraction. Why not I apply for this position where you have like so much learning possible if given a chance. So
Okay, okay. So you are working on on-premise or cloud as well?
at the moment it's on premises,
Okay.
but we have planned to move to it cloud migration, and I
Mm-hmm.
think like there have been already talks to
Mm-hmm.
move it to Microsoft Azure,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes to us as like an info, and then we have got more info. For example, like how are we actually going to do, and the
Mm-hmm.
plan is like that they are trying to do it in some other country, moving from our location or our country to some other country, like
Mm-hmm.
they have already mentioned it. And I was curious like how is it going to be, and how are we going to involve, but I came to know like it's going to be like what do they call it, a shift approach,
Mm-hmm.
just dumping this
Lift
or
and shift, right? Lift and shift.
yes, exactly. It's just dumping it from like this non-cloud to cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like we are not going to involve much in that activity. But in future, maybe like once we have moved to this cloud environment, and I hope like it comes to us. But it looks like a very long project because again, this is a banking institute. They have lots of constraints and rules, GDPR rule,
Yep.
bureaucracy, approval. So it's going to
Okay.
be a long time, and I'm like a little bit hesitant to wait for a long time. But yeah, that's how it is planned at the
So
moment.
you have not experience on cloud, any cloud, right? At AWS, Azure, GCP, like
I
any
would
activities.
say, if it counts, I would say when I was on a notice period, it was 4 years back in one of the Indian companies, Sybase Software, and I had like put my resignation, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, at that time, like they started some kind of not exactly like Azure or Amazon Web Service. It was like started as a POC project, and they used like, or I was involved in actually, but it was very for a short moment. I have mentioned in my resume as well that I was involved for 1 month or so. But yeah, basically, idea was to use this Kubernetes environment, okay, and the idea was to use the application which was like for hospitality domain. It was like the client was like Amadeus or TravelClick, which was later merged. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, one of the application was called rate application,
Mm-hmm.
which gives you the idea of your competitive rate in your portfolio. For example, when like most of the subscribers were like big hotel chains for Hyatt and like that, and they are subscribed to our system to get the competitive rate of other hotel chains in your locality. Basically, that was like a short introduction of the application, and the idea was is like at the back end, what we were doing, we were getting the data from all the like subscriber and their competitors, and on the daily basis we were fetching the different rates of there, and then we were giving it to their subscriber or consumer. So basically, idea was this, so far how it was being done that the UI part dumps the data into the database, okay, and then we generate the report on the database and we give it to the consumers. But they came up with this approach because it has become slow over the time, and so the idea was to use like other technology. So they came up with this Kubernetes, and then Apache Kafka was involved. And also we were looking for like a Druid database as for this particular application. So that was kind of POC project. So what I remember is because it was a very short period, we were trying to use Apache Kafka as like a message broker. Okay, idea was to like get the data from this UI to this Apache Kafka and use this information or like to generate the information, relevant information directly to the Druid database. And since I said like it was POC very initial moment, so we didn't have this UI setup already to feed it to this Apache Kafka. So what we were doing, we were using our Oracle database tables where we already have data. We have this Kubernetes setup, and we were using this Kafka. It's called Kafka brokers, which were like and using the Python script, we were fetching the data from tables to generate the data, which would be like a simulation, which will come from UI. And using this Python, we were trying to generate different data format. For example, we were trying to compare this JSON against Parquet, I think, yeah, against CSV format. Basically, that was our like POC. So idea was to generate this using the Python script, get the data, fetch the data from Oracle, convert it into different format, and feed it to the Kafka. And then Kafka brokers will distribute this all the data coming from the producer, and it will give it to consumer, which was our Druid database. So that was the only real world experience of like can be cloud. Other than that, didn't get any opportunity, unfortunately.
Okay. So where you based basically?
It's a little country called Estonia,
Okay.
somewhere near Finland, and I'm based in capital city called Tallinn.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
it's
as
like
per your name, you are looking like you are from India, Rajasthan, right? Others
Four
Joshi.
times. Yes, I'm from India, Rajasthan, and
Yes.
I moved from India 3 years back for this position, flat bank, and since then it was like first on-site experience. So yeah, for last 3 years I have been working with flat bank, and it has been good
Okay.
experience so far.
Okay. Do you have any question? I'm done from my side.
Oh, really? Yes. So maybe like the first question which came to my mind, like I wanted to check, like, are you looking for somebody who is already experienced with like PostgresQL or MongoDB, or you are looking for like a potential team player who has like good experience, not with exact this requirement, but maybe a good fit, or it's not like that. Maybe if I may ask this question, like.
Be honest, basically this is required especially L3 level DBA or developer. Basically developer, not DBA, developer. That have experience on RDS and Postgres and Oracle both. Basically they have to migrate the data from Oracle to Postgres on RDS basically, right? The client requirement is this, right? So that's why we are looking for the candidate who has experience on Oracle as well as Postgres and migration, the RDS, the DBA,
Yeah.
DSM facilities and all, right? So
Okay.
yeah. Anything else?
Not, and I think like this, you have got the this particular position is for like a Cyprus location, but you have like the team distributed across the geography, or it's like, I mean, like if you are also based out of Cyprus, or how is it like for this particular position?
Basically, I'm not dedicated with this, but yeah, I cannot answer on this. Yeah, because
Okay.
they have a delivery manager. They have too many things inside that, right? So
Of
yeah,
course.
basically we are a technical interviewer, so we can just take a interview for right candidate and we can just
I
pass
got
that
it.
way, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have done similar things. I understand level, yes. So,
Okay. Thank you. Nice meeting with others. Yeah.
all right, thank you so much. And if you have any suggestion for me, like,
Yeah,
let me
basically, from my side, be honest, nowadays of cloud and everything moving on the cloud, so I think people should have a knowledge on cloud, little bit on any rdbms, any cloud basically, right? Because
know.
every company is moving to the cloud for cost cutting and something
Yeah.
like that, right? They are getting some facilities there, right?
Mhm.
So that is very helpful, and that will boost your resume as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Because
Yeah, that's a
99%
good
project
thing.
is just moving from on-premise to Oracle, sorry, cloud basically,
Yes.
any cloud, right? So they are very frequently coming project like migration only, right? So client is just
Yes, yes,
thinking
yes,
like
yes.
that, we are going for cloud and cloud everything.
Mhm. Yeah, because I have like tried to read this articles and read about different
Mhm.
cloud environment or cloud like AWS, Azure. But
Mhm.
again, like to have practical experience, I am looking for opportunity like where I
Yeah.
can get this
Yeah,
learning
yeah.
basically.
Spend some
So,
time on RDS, that DBMS services and Oracle or Azure or Postgres, right? This is very demandable in the market right now, right?
mhm. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, then. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time. Have
Yeah.
a nice
Bye.
day.
Yeah.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye.
Is my screen is up?